What's up guys, I hope you had a really good weekend. Today we're gonna super switch up the pace because I'm having some friends over and we're actually not gonna do anything. And by that I mean every time people come over they're always helping me out with stuff with engines and cars, and today we're just gonna have a chill day. I'm gonna get a grill, we're gonna grill some burgers, hang out. Hopefully the driveway will look like a car meet and then maybe we'll get into some fun stuff later tonight. Mustang or Nicole's 240? Decisions. I wonder which one a grill will fit in better. You know, I don't think the grill will fit in it better, but I think we're gonna take Nicole's 240. It's more fun to drive around town because you can actually like feel the torque, where the GT350, like you have to like be on it so fast, and then, you know, all the cops just want to pull it over because it's a Mustang. Bum ba-dum bum. Not gonna be needing you. Hopefully won't need a magnet. Now that it's finally getting cooler out in Florida, having AC or not having AC isn't really as big of a deal as it normally is. Kind of need to check her alignment. It feels very, I don't know, the steering response is weird, which I think might mean it has a lot of toe. I got the floor model, so it's already all assembled and ready to roll. It's gonna be some expensive burgers, but it's a long-term investment getting a grill. I need a legit grill. Her car looks really good from the front. Navo's the first one here, and we're trying to figure out how to grill stuff. Well, aren't we supposed to know how to grill stuff, Navo?
Technically we are, but don't judge us.
Alberto's normally here to do all the grilling for us, so I think we got everything we need. We got the grill, we got this race car coal, race car coal. We got some lighter fluid, some spatulas.
What's going on out here, Matt?
Well, as you can see, we're sweeping the ramp and we're prepping it to put in flowers. And that's why we're sweeping water everywhere. And we're just gonna turn it into a nice garden. The wood's already down, which is a nice fertilizer.
Navo's about to go ride.
Oh my God.
If he slips. I didn't know that.
What is it?
I told you, you would die. I was like, it's not if you will. I was like, you will fall. You know how to ride. I told you right now, I was like, you will fall. You got on film. Nicole's the real MVP.
There are no brakes, dude. Hey, that was great.
So we found out Shulman used to be a barbecue specialist. So he's out here killing the grill. What's your secret?
Big boost.
And Adam's polishes on the burger?
Yeah.
Some details, Fred?
Pumpkin spice.
Look who just showed up.
Does it have to be that close?
Yeah, it does. It's a fisheye.
We're on now.
Yeah, you're good. Alright, we're gonna get some clips of Connie. He's out there killing it. Since Taylor was over, I was talking to him about the suspension on the S13, and one of the things that I was kind of thinking, because they are just stock spring rate BCs, it rides way too stiff. So he looked at them and he actually took some measurements, and it appears like the previous owner tried to adjust it rather than from the proper place on the bottom. They just compressed the spring, so that's probably why it's riding so stiff.
We are fixing the preload on your coilovers because it was completely really wrong.
Nicole's coilovers.
Nicole's coilovers, whatever.
So this is a really common thing that people accidentally do with BCs.
Or they do it on purpose. What happens is they'll lower this down and all these rings will be touching. So they'll tighten the spring up and compress the spring so they can lower it down even more. But then there's a lot of arguments as to whether or not that artificially increases the spring rate. But from my experience, it does make everything stiffer. So like you can't even, you should be able to turn this by hand. There's supposed to be 4 millimeters of compression on this. It has like 15 millimeters of compression. So we're gonna reset the preload and see if it rides any better.
Looks like a car meet in the driveway. It's hard to tell, it's so dark. We're gonna go out and fool around a little bit with the drift cars. Nicole might get some seat time if we can find a good parking lot for her.
We'll see.
Matt brought out one of his many Z's. You're like a Z wholesaler now by this point. Digging the wheels. How much have you gotten to slide this thing so far?
About 3 to 4 U-turns.
Okay, so this should be a good test tonight.
Yeah, should be.
Cool. As you can see, the interior is pretty much stock. He has a wheel welded there to balance out the weight of the driver, so it slides to the left just as great as it slides to the left. And then in the rear, that wheel actually helps create grip in the rear. The weight pushes down the rear end and makes them do wheelies. Craziest thing ever. We're like entering this industrial area, this security guard looking thing with like green flashy lights doesn't like chase us or anything.
Just follows us.
Just starts following us for like,
It was so funny.
for like 15 minutes. We're not speeding or anything. We're like whipping Uis. He whips the Ui behind us. I felt
But
like
also we are in the middle of an active road, so we should figure out what we're gonna do now and not be in the middle of an active road.
I felt like I was in real life Scooby-Doo.
Coming right at us.
Okay, yeah, we're just all pulled over on the side of the road. Super drifty.
You're so cute! Miata! Mia, we're coming for you, Turbo.
Quite a few of my friends are into like collecting rare sneakers and trendy sneakers, and I've always been kind of intrigued by that world, but I've never really understood it. Well, not too long ago, there's a company called Stadium Goods that actually approached me about sponsoring a video and hooking me and Nicole up with some cool shoes. So I actually took to Twitter and asked you guys for some input, and this is what we got. That didn't work like I planned. The shoe that the most of you guys on Twitter recommended me to try was the Adidas NMD. Now they have so many different colors and designs and styles that it was kind of hard to choose. But when I saw these all black ones with Japanese writing, I knew that these were the ones. It's kind of cool. I've actually never owned shoes that are this material, and it's so stretchy that it literally feels like I'm wearing slippers. Nicole got to pick out this cool rare pair of Nikes.
Ooh, look at all the colors.
Nicole and her shoes.
My cute little shoes.
And then I also got a set of cheaper Nikes that look like they'd be pretty comfortable for wearing around. Stadium Goods is actually a resale marketplace that has everything from collectible sneakers to rare Supreme clothing. Everything they have is unworn, authentic, and in mint condition. You can go to stadiumgoods.com if you want to check out their massive collection of rare and limited edition shoes, or you can check out their flagship store at 47 Howard Street in Soho, New York. When you guys are at stadiumgoods.com, you can actually use my code LZBMX and it'll get you 10% off your first order. Once again, that is stadiumgoods.com and my code is LZBMX. And of course, I want to thank Stadium Goods for sponsoring this video and hooking me and Nicole up with some awesome shoes. What's up, guys? We are actually headed to Precision Sport, aka PSI in Winter Park, where my E92 is, where we're doing the single turbo kit. I believe today the plan is we're going to actually pull out the engine. Last night, I ended up not filming anything because we couldn't find a place where we could drift safely. So that was kind of a wash, but I still had a lot of fun hanging out with everyone and we had a good time just driving around together. I did want to kind of give you guys an update on what I learned from that SR20 video and kind of thinking about everything more. I recognize a lot of you guys want to see an RB go in my car. Now, you've seen me make some comments about RBs, and I'm definitely not the most fond of them ever for drifting. Now, they're sweet engines, and I think they look awesome, they sound great, and if my car was like a daily or a show car or something that wasn't beat to crap all the time, I'd probably consider an RB, but because of the limited parts availability and the limited knowledge that both I and my group of friends and the people that I work with have, it would be not too smart for me to do an RB. In my opinion, I would be going from an SR, which is like kind of so-so reliability wise, but that I've learned and that I've accumulated parts for, to an engine comparable. A JZ, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, is kind of just like a perfected RB. Doesn't sound as good, isn't as JDM, but either way, I realize that a lot of you guys kind of dig the fact that I have an SR, since a lot of other YouTubers and people in drifting are moving over to the JZs and the SRs are becoming less common. So I do want to try to make the SR live as long as it can. I do want to follow through with the E85. So that's kind of my mind state. I really want to keep the SR. It's like, I love the SR and I love having it, but I also love drifting probably a little bit more than the cool points for having an SR, but we'll figure it out.
In a quarter mile.
Roads are wet, so I can't get on it.
417 south of 20
Can still enjoy the noise though. Definitely a bit of a gloomy day out. It's funny, the last time I came here, I was having like an eating issue too because I was super busy. This time it's like 5 p.m. and I totally forgot that I haven't even eaten lunch, so Nicole ordered me Uber Eats again, so I should have some super sick smoothies waiting for me. I'm spoiled. I'm very spoiled. I have a great wife and a great life and great fans and great cars, but not a great sleeping schedule. So I just got here and Chris almost has the engine out already. I think, what'd you say, all you have left to do is just the brake caliper?
Yeah, we're gonna take this brake caliper off and we're gonna hang it from the strut tower, and then literally you should just be able to press a button and have the whole thing come up.
It's crazy how bare these engine bays look without all the plastic and crap. That's so cool.
Actually, we could do it.
So imagine us having to try to access and removing these turbos and this manifold without pulling the engine out, with how tight it is in the engine bay and all that crap in the way. Somehow people do it though. Factory clutch with like 90,000 miles still has quite a bit of life left to it. Not too bad.
Basically, there's a lock on the flywheel, and you can put in either the OEM tool or like a Allen bolt or Allen key would work, and it'll lock it so that when you turn, all we need to do now is find the point. When you turn it, it'll lock in, and you won't have to worry about like the flywheel turning when you're putting the thing.
Brad. I had my intake valves walnut blasted, I'd say about 10 or 15,000 miles ago, but I don't have a catch can, which I don't think helps the matter. But anyway, this is what they look like now.
Still a last Hoonigan zoom. Dead zoom.
So if I had a catch can, would that have prevented a lot of that buildup?
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely should have gotten a catch can.
Yep, let's get you now.
Will that rob you at all of horsepower?
A little bit. I mean, basically you're just closing the intake valve like hole, like how much air can possibly flow in there. It's like we talk about with like weakest links. If that's your weakest link, but you've got a huge ass turbo, but that's all clogged up and it's only opening 75–80% of the full amount that it should be, you're not going to get as much airflow as it should.
So I actually had the turbos replaced, I think around 10,000 miles ago, and they still look brand new, which will be nice because these guys thinks I can fetch a pretty penny for them. So what's the next plan with the engine while it's out?
Well, we're gonna do all the seals. We're gonna pull off the valve cover. We're gonna check the front main seal and see how it's doing. If we need to, we can replace it. Rear main seal is gonna go because it's so easy. Oil, pan, and gasket is gonna get done. Everything's gonna get a visual look over to make sure there's no impending problems that you might have in the future. Nothing rubbing up against each other. Nothing that, like that. Turbos look like they're in great condition, but you did have some blow by, and so even though you recently did the walnut blasting, because you didn't put a catch can on and you're running on a tuned car and your callous downpipes, stuff like that, you do get a ton more oil that gets into the intake valve, and so it starts building up. We're probably going to do a walnut blasting on that just to make sure it's taken care of and not an issue, and otherwise, you know, it's just going to be like maintenance and then building.
Looks like the motive port injection stuff just came in. So this is basically going to add an extra row of injectors.
Spacer for your manifold, so it's going to sit like this. And then you get the extended bolts, so that when you put your manifold back on, it'll sit on top of this. And then you got pretty much an extra filler rail for like, it'll clean up like your intake ports too, so that way like...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so then walnut blasting like every 30,000 miles or whatever they claim you should do, it'll help clean up that, so...
Oh, because this is direct injected, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yep. A lot of videos now just have like that shit.
This isn't clickbait though, the engine's actually out. It's not clickbait if it actually happens.
Yeah, I know, but like a lot of videos are like, wow, man.
I got there kind of late, so we didn't have too much time before they closed up shop, but in that hour and a half that I was there, we got so much done. Kind of started pulling the engine apart, pulled the clutch apart, and set the stage to get everything together probably pretty quick. Just waiting on a few more things, got to figure out the logistics of tuning, but I really want to try to get this car done before we go to Japan. I know a lot of you guys have been asking. I think between like the 6th and the 20th of November, we are going to be in Japan at Ebisu, so I'll be driving my Cresta again, and it's gonna be great. Nicole's gonna be there. She might whip it around a little bit. She's not gonna have her own car, at least this time, maybe if she wants to next time, but I'm really excited. I know you guys are really excited too. Japan videos are a lot of fun. Make sure you guys let me know if you want me to film certain stuff, maybe document stuff a little bit differently. I love hearing your feedback. I want to make videos the best I possibly can, but for today, I think I'm gonna close the video out here. So I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank PSI. Go follow Chris. He's a really rad dude, and he's been super helpful through this whole process. Follow PSI too. Follow Nicole, and follow your heart.
When you said